Hi, I'm Mike. I write about personal development because I know what it's like to rebuild from the ground up. Here's why this work matters to me. For most of my life, I thought my job was to make everyone else happy, keep the peace, carry the load, stay quiet. I thought that was love. It's not. It's slow motion self destruction. You don't live that way, you just slowly disappear. I hit a point so low I was near a nervous breakdown. At that moment, I only knew one thing. I had to do something about it. So I did. At first, it was pure emotion fear, guilt, heartbreak, all of it. I had to sit in the wreckage of my own making and admit the life I'd allowed to be built wasn't working. Then came the hard conversations, the kind that break you open and burn going down. I had to step out of my marriage. That meant stepping away from my two young sons, too. I won't pretend that didn't tear me up. It did, and I will carry a measure of regret for the rest of my life. But staying was hurting all of us, more than leaving ever could. I was terrified of making that decision because I knew that it would hurt them. But I also knew I'd be no good to them if I stayed. That's the paradox no one warns you about. Sometimes both choices hurt, and you still have to pick one. It's sad I had to face a moment like that, but I did, and if I were in the same position again, I'd do it again. Why? Because the quality of my life is better now, and I became a better dad. Dad of the year? No. But a good dad who loves his kids, even now as they're adults. One more thing. No matter how shitty things are, you always have a choice. Always. Next came professional help, sitting across from a counselor who didn't buy my bullshit and made me face the stories I'd been hiding behind. It wasn't pretty. But under all that rubble, I started to find pieces worth keeping. I began reconnecting with who I am. I picked up books again that kind of whisper, there's more to you than what you survived. And little by little, something shifted. The noise got quieter, the weight felt lighter. I stopped trying to outrun my past and started walking with it instead. Today, I'm remarried, own a home, financially stable, take a vacation or two each year, feel fulfilled and grateful for everything I have and get to enjoy. Things do work out when you do the work. Here's what I learned. There is no magical moment where you wake up and everything's fixed. Doesn't work that way. What worked for me was being clear about what I wanted and then working toward it every single day. You only really know how far you've come when you pause, take a breath, and look back. That's when you see the transformation. That's why I write these articles every week. It's how I process and evolve. Personal development isn't a one and done, it's lifelong. That's what I want you to see. You can do this too. You've got the skills, the power, the ability. You just have to tap into it. Here's the hard truth. Nothing changes if you don't. You can listen to my stories, feel inspired by what I've learned, but if you don't decide and act, you stay where you are. And you know where that can lead. Decide what you want, even if you have no idea how it will happen. Act on it, even if the first step is tiny, awkward, or even scary. That's where change starts. My two steps were going to upset my entire world, and I took them anyway. So here's my challenge to you. Pick something you care about. Decide it matters, then act on it today. That's how you rediscover your power, your direction, and the life you were meant to live. And if you want to keep walking this path with me, I'll be here. More lessons, more blunt truths, more real talk, maybe some humor. But the work only happens if you do it, and you're the only one who can. Now you know why I write what I write, for you and for me.